Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Inspired to Health, and today I want to share with you how to create a food journal. So I'm going to share with you how to do it, why to do it, and what to do with it. So stay tuned. So why do a food journal? If you were to go see a registered dietitian to help you on your weight loss journey, they'd most likely have you complete a food diary. And the reason being is taking inventory of what we eat over a short period of time gives us an idea, it gives us a glimpse into what we typically eat in a day. And that way that professional is able to help you pinpoint maybe a small area of change that you can work on. It's typically 3 days. For purposes just here for you guys on YouTube, you can do whatever you want. If you want to do 1 day or 3 days, it's fine. It really is not a big deal. 3 days gives a professional a really good idea of what you're eating typically. It's not like it's a fluke if you eat the same thing 3 days in a row. However, for you, you know what you eat most of the time, so if you only want to do it for 1 day, I think that will suffice. But I do recommend doing it for 3 days if you can manage it. So there's different ways that you can do it. You could traditional, write it down with pen and paper. You could put it into an app if you have some kind of app that keeps track of the foods that you eat throughout the day. Another really easy thing, and this is probably my favorite way, is to use your photos and just take photos of the food that you're eating throughout the day, because then if you can't remember things or you forget to write something down, you can easily look at that picture and see exactly what you have. And it's really important on the how-to topic of making a food journal is details. They're so important, and that's why I recommend using the photo method, taking pictures of your food, because you can't really miss out on those details when it's right there in front of you and you can see it. You don't have to rely on your memory as much. When I say details, what I mean is, it's easy to say, for lunch I had a turkey sandwich, but we need to know the details, right? We need to actually be looking at what was on that sandwich. Was there mayonnaise? Was there cheese, lettuce, tomato? Those types of details. For breakfast, you had eggs and toast. Okay, how many pieces of toast? How many eggs? How were the eggs cooked? Were they cooked in olive oil? Maybe you ate out for breakfast and you're not sure how they were cooked or what they were cooked in, and that's okay. Just make sure that you put a note there that you had them at a restaurant. You didn't eat them at home. And then we often forget about drinks. In a food diary, we think about food. We often forget about our drinks, but those are important too. If it wasn't water, it matters. And even if it is water, it matters. So that's something we definitely want to include is, did we have juice? Did we have soda? And if we had either of those, how much did we have? Was it a small cup? Was it a big cup? Those things are important. We don't have to know exact ounces, but if we can give a generalization, like around and about what we had, that would be really helpful for, if you're working with a professional, helpful for them, and also helpful for you. So now we know why we do the food diary. We know how to do the food diary. And last but not least, what to do with that food diary. Now that you've completed 3 days worth of logging every little detail of what you ate and what you drank for 3 days, what are you supposed to do with it? You have a couple different options. I highly recommend seeing a professional, a registered dietitian, sitting down with them and having them look over your food diary and giving you some suggestions as to areas that they can pinpoint that might be small but would make a big difference for you in your weight loss journey. If that's not an option for you, which for a lot of people it could be, you can get a referral from your doctor to a registered dietitian, and a lot of times insurance companies will cover at least one visit with a registered dietitian. So check in with your insurance companies about that. But if that's not an option for you, or you're not interested in that, that's fine. I would say to sit down either by yourself, and if you feel like you have a pretty good grasp on what's healthy and what's not so healthy for you, then go ahead and sit down by yourself and have some quiet time and look over your inventory and decide maybe what are some areas that you could tweak and work on in order to help keep you moving along on your weight loss journey. Some things maybe you overlooked in the past. Another option is to get together with a really good friend, someone you trust, someone who also has a solid knowledge of what's healthy and good for you, and sit down and look at the list together so you have kind of like some outside perspective It's sometimes easy to overlook things when we are seeing it every day, all day, and it's just our eyes seeing it. But when someone else's eyes are looking at it with you, it's kind of like editing a paper. They're going to be able to look at that and say, oh, I didn't know that you had soda every day with lunch. And they can maybe just help you highlight some areas that could potentially be good for you to tweak and work on. And that's something you have to keep in mind, that if you're going to do that with a friend, or even take your inventory to a professional, to just be mentally prepared for a little bit of constructive criticism. It is not going to be something that is like meant to discourage you or make you feel bad. It's really meant to build you up and push you forward. So this is a key in the what to do with your diary, is what we're looking for. Ooh. So this is a key in what to do with your food diary, is what we are looking for. What are we looking for? Most of you have a good idea that fruits and vegetables are obviously healthy. Whole grains are good for you. Even fats are good for you in your diet. You don't want to cut out all fat unless you've been told to by your doctor. But what we're looking for are just like excess, basically. Excessively high-fat foods, or excess of high-fat foods, excess of carbs, or excessively high-carb foods or drinks. Things that are like excess in sugar. So basically we're looking for all those excess areas and looking where we can trim down just a little bit. Because honestly, a couple hundred calories here, a couple hundred calories there makes a difference in the long run. So that's what we're looking for, because eating healthy coupled with your exercise is what's going to make a big difference for you. If you are eating healthy and cutting down what you're eating, but you're not exercising, you're not necessarily going to meet your goals as quickly as you would like to, and vice versa. So guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, you thought it was helpful, please share it with a friend and subscribe. There'll be more videos like this coming up in the future. And until next time, be well, and I'll see you then. Bye.